Okay, this topic is solving an equation that has just one variable in it. So this question comes from problem 119 in your review preview problems. And um, it's specifically going to be part A. And the variable, the thing that I don't know, we're just going to call x. So I'm saying negative 2 times something minus 3 is equal to 3. So I could just sit and try to plug numbers in. Let's see, negative 2 times 0 is 0, minus 3 is negative 3, so that doesn't work. And so I could find x just by like trial and error. Negative 2 times 5 minus 3. That would be negative 10 minus 3. That's negative 13, so that doesn't work. But that's going to take a really long time, so that I'm going to scrap that idea. I'll come back to it if I absolutely can't think of anything else, but maybe there's another way to solve this. So one thing I could do is I could undo what's being done to try to get x alone. So for example, if I added 3 to this side of the equal sign, and I added 3 to the other side of the equal sign, I won't be changing anything about the equality, but this time you notice that when you do negative 3 plus 3, you get a big 0. And so that would be nice because now I got rid of that whole thing over there and I just have negative 2x. And then I'll add on the other side too. So I have negative 2x here on the left side, but 3 plus 3 over here is 6. So I could just write 6. Okay, now maybe I want to think about it and use trial and error. Negative 2 times something equals 6, and maybe that one's a little bit easier. Well, 2 times 3, that's 6, but this is a negative 2. But if you wanted to use algebra on it, you could, because it's 2 times something, you could divide by your negative 2. But remember, if you do that on one side, you have to do it on the other side as well. So I'll just divide both sides by negative 2. Now when I do that, I see that negative 2 divided by negative 2 gives me a big 1. And 1 times x is just x. And 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3. Now if you want to try, so now I know x equals negative 2, I can take it back over to the original equation. I'm sorry, x is negative 3. And I can plug it in and I can see what happens. And let's see, negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. This is all supposed to equal 3. So this is positive 6 minus 3. Oh, that does equal 3. Yay. Now if you want, so this is called a check over here. Now try this second problem. It's part B to that same problem, which is problem 119. Go ahead and try it. Pause the video if you want to try it on your own and then come back and see how you did. So the first thing I did was I subtracted 2x from both sides because over here 2x minus 2x is just 0. And so that's a good thing. 7 plus 0 is just 7. And now on the other side, 4x minus 2x is 2x. And I still have that minus 3 there. So now 7 equals 2x minus 3. And I'm trying to solve for x. So I'm going to do maybe add 3 this time to both sides. And that's because negative 3 plus 3 is just 0. So now I have 10 equals 2x. And now I just think about it. 2 times what equals 10? 2 times what equals 10? And if I couldn't figure that out, I could think of a couple different ways. I could say, well, you know, half of 10 or I could just do it algebraically and divide by 2. It doesn't matter at this point which method you use, as long as you can figure it out. So the final answer then is that x equals 5. So now you have some more problems at problem 119. Has a couple more for you to try. So give them a try, and remember to go back to the top and check your answer. Like if I wanted to check this and make sure I got it right, I would do 7 plus 2 times 5 should equal 4 times 5 minus 3. And it's always a good idea to check. So 7 plus 10 should equal the same thing as 20 minus 3. And sure enough, they do equal each other. So good luck, and ask if you have any questions.